welcome to Kaiser's Magic Maintenance, where today we are changing handlebars. Yep, I've replaced my regular drop bars with the wider, rather groovier Redshift Sports Kitchen Sink handlebars with top grips and drop grips. It wasn't a straightforward swap job, so I'm going to go through some stuff that I learned. So when you do yours, you won't make the same mistakes. These are my regular drop bars, the ones being replaced. These handlebars are 38 centimetres wide and my kitchen sink handlebars are 44 centimetres, so that's quite a significant jump. The gravel bars are supposed to be wider for added control over slightly more technical terrain, but I wasn't convinced that these wouldn't be too big for me. So I spoke to Eric, hello Eric, at Redshift Sports, and he explained that these handlebars would be slightly more raised than my other ones and they'd also be slightly closer to me, which would then counteract the extra reach of the width. So I figured I'd give them a go. Because they're flared, they'll give me more room for luggage as well, which is always a bonus. First take the handlebar tape off, then take the levers off, and then take the handlebar off. Yeah, okay. Ooh, they look all naked. I've just realised something. With the loop, I can't get anything onto the handlebars here, so I'm not going to be able to get this light back on. Oops! The angle of the handlebars is quite important. From the pictures that I've seen online, the loop should be horizontal to the ground, but I felt like I needed them slightly at an upward angle to allow for more space underneath, so I settled on that. As for the levers, I just set them wherever they felt comfortable, really. So now we have a bit of a predicament because this cable is too short. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. As you can see, the position I wanted the levers in meant that my gear and brake cables were slightly too short, with them needing to reach further. If I'd have done the job properly, I would have replaced the cables, but that felt like far too big a task to be taken on at the same time. So I decided to just raise the lever slightly to fix the problem. So that cable is now relatively okay, I think. I went for a ride with them before I wrapped the handlebar tape, so just to check the position of the levers, and they were fine. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that light. Hello, handlebar. And then we will put the rest of the stuff on. I'm a bit scared. I don't know what I'm doing. And if you're wondering, yes, I am wearing pyjama bottoms. Don't judge me. Okay, it's day 2. Got all my stuff ready. Got my grips and I've got my tape and I've got my handlebar tape. Got scissors, sharp knife. About all I need really. So I'm going to see where tape's going to go to. I've got my grips. I'll go on here and on here, here and here. So I guess the handlebar tape will go right to the edge there. You have to make sure that the cables are out of the way of the grips, and that means keeping them underneath the handlebars. And she sniffed it as well. He's a classy bubble. Can you stop sniffing your own piss, please? With hindsight, it would have been a good idea to fit the grips as I was positioning the levers and taping down the cables to make sure they didn't clash. But, you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing. I've got to decide how they're going to angle. We need our tape and we need the alcohol swab. Don't really see the point in having the alcohol swab, but I can't imagine it makes so much difference. But whatever. I'm going to argue for a change. If you're interested in the kitchen sink handlebars, check out my affiliate link in the description. I get a very small commission for referring you if you order through that. And just a note, to say that I paid for these handlebars myself and that Redshift loved my previous video so much they figured it might generate some interest and that I should be rewarded for that. Isn't that nice of them? So affiliate link in the description. I had to get the top grips positioned and I had to cut them down to size because I have the smallest handlebars. Once you've removed the adhesive from the grips, it is possible to reposition them, so don't feel like you've got to get them perfect first time. I kept the tapered end part of the grip so that there wasn't a ridge where the handlebar tape ended. So it was meant for a smoother finish at the end of the handlebars. For wider handlebars, you might not need to cut down the grips quite as much. When you get the grips on, don't forget to tape them down. That's what Redshift recommend, and I just forgot to do it on the left-hand side because I'm a complete idiot. Okay, so we've got the handlebar tapes up now. I've swatted up, thanks to Calvin at Park Tool Company, obviously. He's like my hero, my maintenance hero. Got the instructions, blah, 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 blah. Okay, according to Redshift Sport, we're supposed to start at this line here with the tape. Optional, trim the end of your handlebar tape on an angle before you start wrapping to minimise the bump that is created as you overlap the first wrap of the tape. And according to Calvin, I've got to wrap left handlebar anti-clockwise. Oh yeah, that'll do. I need to figure out how to do the loop there. Wrapping the handlebar tape is actually pretty easy up until you get to the top grip. I took Park Tool's suggestion on how to wrap around the hoods, method 3 in their tutorial video. I'll post the link in the description, and that seemed to work pretty well. As you can see, once we get to the top grip, things get a bit tricky. I think the handlebar tape that I chose was not stretchy enough, and a stretchier type would have done a better job. Redshift do actually do handlebar tape themselves, so that's definitely worth checking out. That's shit. How do we finish this off then? It's not smooth on there, is it? Because the end of the tape was basically at the end of the grip, it was difficult to get a smooth finish. So I just did my best. I don't know if you can see here, there's a bit of a lump there. Never mind, it's my first time doing this on my own, so, you know, could be worse, right? Okay, we're going to put the drop grip on now. That's very exciting, isn't it? Apparently we'll put some window cleaner in here to make it easier to get on. Now we hit it with a hammer to get it on there. Do not hit the drop grip with a hammer. This is how easy it's supposed to be. Slidey, slidey, on it goes, on it pops. I spent an absolute eternity trying to force that thing on when there was one simple solution. To unscrew the screw. Oh yeah. That's a bit easier. And what lesson did we learn here, children? Undo things, loosen it as much as possible. Good idea. Oh, that's better. That'll do. I think that'll go there. I'm going to trim it. It's too long, so I'm going to trim that. Now I have that piece gone there, and then this little piece that will go on the edge. I set the top grips at horizontal angle, which was perfect once I got on the bike. I'd recommend checking the comfort by riding the bike with the grips before you wrap the handlebars, or at least sitting on the bike to check the position. The top grip on this side was taped down. I'm not sure it actually made any difference once I've wrapped handlebar tape, but at least it didn't keep threatening to fall off before I managed to wrap it. Okay, on this side we are going to start clockwise. This side was way easier than the first side, and having learnt my mistake on the drop grip, that slid on beautifully after loosening the screw. That's gonna have to do, because I'm not doing this again. Never. Hate it. I mean, I didn't make it easy for myself with all these lumps and shit, but it wasn't fun. I mean, if you get somebody else to do this, definitely. Just don't ask me, okay? It wasn't that bad, especially after riding with them, looking down at the bars and thinking, I did that. I'm actually quite proud. Well, I hope that helps you fit your new kitchen sink handlebars. I have a new light bracket which sits nicely on the side part of the loop, and here are my handlebars with everything but the kitchen sink on them. Until next time. As always, if you like this video in any way, give it a like, and for more videos like this, why not subscribe?